Have you ever noticed that right before your life is about to change forever, everything seems to go wrong? The doors close, the pressure rises, problems show up out of nowhere, and deep down, you feel this unshakable restlessness you can't explain. What if I told you those moments aren't setbacks? They're the clearest signs that something big is coming your way. Pay close attention, because the breakthrough you've been praying for might be closer than you think. When something big is about to happen in your life, one of the first signs you will notice is the sudden rise of unusual challenges. These are not ordinary problems that come and go with daily life. These are challenges that seem to hit you from every side, testing your patience, your mindset, and your faith. Many people overlook this critical moment and give up right before their breakthrough. What you must understand is that before elevation, there is always pressure. When life feels like it's pressing you from all angles, it is often a sign that something greater is coming your way. This is the moment where you must hold on, stay focused, and keep believing. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward waiting on the other side. If you are facing unusual challenges right now, it may be the clearest sign that you are on the edge of a major blessing. The pressure you feel is not there to break you, it's there to build you, to prepare you, and to push you into the next level of your purpose. What many people fail to realize is that the moments of greatest struggle often come right before the greatest moments of victory. Think about it. The storm always seems to get the strongest right before it passes. The night always feels the darkest just before the sun begins to rise. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern of life. These unusual challenges show up to see if you are truly ready for the next level. When the pressure increases, it's time to increase your focus, increase your discipline, and increase your mindset. You cannot afford to back down. You cannot afford to give up. You have come too far to stop now. You didn't face all these battles just to quit before your breakthrough. Keep moving forward, because something big is on the way. In the middle of these challenges, it's easy to feel discouraged. You might wonder why everything is falling apart. You might question why the people you trusted walked away, or why the opportunities you thought were yours suddenly disappeared. But don't be fooled by what it looks like. Sometimes the delay is actually protection. Sometimes the rejection is actually redirection. And sometimes the challenge is the preparation you need for the blessing that's about to come. One of the most powerful verses that speaks to this is found in James 1:12, which says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." This verse is a reminder that perseverance through challenges leads to greater rewards. These unusual challenges are not in your way, they are making a way. When life starts throwing unusual challenges your way, that's the time to stay motivated, stay committed to your vision. Keep your mindset strong, stay focused on your goals. These challenges are refining you. They are shaping your character. They are building the discipline you need to handle the next level. Too many people want the blessing, but are not prepared to carry the weight that comes with it. Challenges prepare you for that weight. They stretch you beyond your limits and show you what you're really made of. You may feel like giving up, but this is when you have to dig deep and remind yourself why you started. This is when you have to believe that your hard work, your consistency, and your faithfulness are not in vain. They are working behind the scenes to create something bigger than you ever imagined. It's during these hard times that another powerful verse comes to mind. Romans 8:18 says, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." This means that what you're facing right now is temporary. The struggle is real, but the glory that's coming will make it all worth it. The challenges you are facing are not here to stop you. They are here to strengthen you. They are proof that you are getting closer to something extraordinary. It's all part of the process. If you are seeing unusual challenges, stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay focused. Something big is coming, and these challenges are simply the final test before the blessing is revealed. Stay the course because your breakthrough is closer than you think. When something big is about to happen in your life, one of the clearest signs you will experience is that old doors begin to close. These are the moments when the familiar things you once depended on seem to come to an unexpected end. Maybe it's a job that you thought was secure and suddenly it's gone. Maybe it's a friendship you thought would last forever and now there's distance and silence. Maybe it's opportunities that once flowed easily into your life, but now you're facing rejection after rejection. This is not always a sign of failure. In fact, it is often a strong indication that you are being prepared for something greater. When old doors close, it's usually because they no longer fit the next season of your life. Too many people try to hold on to what no longer serves them, but in order to receive something big, you have to release what's small. Closed doors are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of a bigger chapter. People often misunderstand the process of closed doors. They see it as punishment, as if life is against them. But in reality, closed doors are protection. If the door stayed open, you would stay stuck in a place that can no longer help you grow. You would remain connected to people who cannot support your next level. You would be surrounded by comfort instead of challenge, and comfort will never push you into purpose. When old doors close, it means that growth is happening. Elevation is happening. Something big is on the horizon, and the things that once worked for you are no longer needed. You are being shifted from the old into the new. You are being moved from average to extraordinary. What feels like loss is actually making space for expansion. One of the most powerful reminders of this truth is found in Isaiah 43:19, which says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." This verse speaks directly to the moment when old doors close. What once worked is no longer needed because something new is on its way. The challenge is that most people fear the unknown. They would rather cling to the safety of the past than trust the promise of the future. But if you truly want to step into something big, you have to be willing to release the past. You have to let the door close without trying to force it back open. You have to trust that when one chapter ends, a better one is waiting to begin. Closed doors are not just random moments of loss. They are carefully placed transitions that guide you closer to your destiny. Think about how often people pray for something bigger, something better, something greater. But when the old door closes, they panic. They forget that sometimes the blessing comes disguised as an ending. They forget that rejection is often redirection. They forget that being uncomfortable is often the first step to transformation. But when you understand that old doors closing is a clear sign you are being prepared for something big, your entire mindset, you stop fighting what's leaving and you start preparing for what's coming. You stop complaining about what you lost and you start getting excited about what's ahead. Closed doors are a sign that you're leveling up, that you're about to receive something beyond what you thought was possible. Another powerful verse that reminds us of this truth is Revelation 3:8, which says, "I know your deeds. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name." This verse reminds us that for every door that closes, another door is opening, one that no person, no situation, and no challenge can take away from you. The key is not to waste your energy mourning over the door that's shut. One of the most overlooked but powerful signs that something big is coming into your life is the strong sense of restlessness that begins to rise within you. This is not the normal frustration of a bad day or the occasional feeling of boredom. This restlessness feels different. It's deeper. You start to feel uncomfortable in places that used to feel familiar. The routines that once satisfied you begin to feel empty. The conversations you used to enjoy no longer inspire you. The goals you once celebrated now seem too small. This deep, inner feeling of dissatisfaction is not by accident. It is often the first sign that you are being prepared for something greater. When you feel restless, it means your spirit recognizes that you are outgrowing your current season and you are being pulled toward a bigger purpose, a bigger opportunity, and a bigger blessing. This sense of restlessness is one of the clearest signs that you are getting ready to receive something big in your life. A strong sense of restlessness often shows up right before major breakthroughs. It can feel confusing because everything around you might still look the same. Your job hasn't changed, your environment hasn't shifted, the people in your life are still there, but inside of you, something feels off. You can't explain it easily to others, but you know that staying where you are no longer feels right. This is when many people get stuck. They start to doubt themselves. They question why they can't just feel satisfied like everyone else. But the truth is, when something big is coming, you cannot stay comfortable. Restlessness is what pushes you out of comfort zones and into new levels. Without that internal push, you would never take the risks, make the moves, or embrace the changes required to receive the next level of your destiny. The key is to keep your focus forward, stay motivated, and remain faithful to your vision. If you've been experiencing closed doors, if relationships are ending, if opportunities are drying up, and if the familiar is disappearing, it may be the strongest sign that you are on the edge of something big. The season is shifting and new doors are waiting. The quicker you release the past, the faster you can step into the future. Closed doors are confirmation that something bigger, better, and greater is already on its way. A powerful reminder of this process can be found in Philippians 1:6, which says, "Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus." This verse is a clear reminder that the work inside you is not finished. That restlessness you feel is proof that you are still in progress. You are still growing. You are still being prepared for what's next. There is a bigger purpose at work, and the discomfort you feel is just part of the process. When you feel restless, it is not time to shrink back. It is time to lean in. It is time to start preparing your mind, your habits, and your vision for the bigger things ahead. Restlessness is often the first invitation to start building the life you were truly designed to live. Many times, restlessness shows up because you have stayed too long in a place where you were only meant to visit for a season. You were never meant to settle in average. You were never meant to stay in small thinking, limited environments or circles that keep you from growing. When you ignore restlessness, you risk missing the opportunity for something greater. But when you pay attention to that internal feeling, it becomes the fuel to break free from what's holding you back. It motivates you to start asking bigger questions. It pushes you to seek new opportunities. It inspires you to take bold steps of faith, even when the path isn't fully clear. Restlessness doesn't show up to annoy you. It shows up to move you. It shows up to wake you up to the reality that something big is waiting, but you won't find it in the same old routine. Another powerful verse that speaks to this experience is Proverbs 3:5-6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." When restlessness comes, it's natural to feel uncertain. You won't always understand why you're feeling the way you do. You won't always see the full picture of what's ahead. But this verse reminds us that even when we don't have all the answers, the path is already being prepared. That sense of restlessness is often your soul recognizing that a new path is opening, even if you can't see it yet. Your responsibility is to trust the process, stay motivated, and prepare for what's next. When you experience restlessness, take it as confirmation. The bigger the restlessness, the bigger the blessing that's on the way. Pay attention to it. Don't ignore it. Let it guide you to start making the changes you've been avoiding. Let it push you to grow beyond the limits you've accepted. Let it fuel the motivation you need to step into your next level. When you feel restless, it means the shift has already begun, and something big is getting ready to enter your life. One of the most overlooked signs that something big is coming into your life is when opportunities come disguised as problems. This can feel frustrating because instead of clear breakthroughs, you start facing unexpected setbacks, challenges, and obstacles. But what most people miss is that these problems are not random. They are strategic setups for growth, learning, and preparation. The very issues that seem like they are blocking your progress are often the keys that unlock the next level of your purpose. When life gets hard and nothing seems to be working the way you expected, that's not always a sign to quit. Sometimes it's the confirmation that you are standing right on the edge of something big, and the problem in front of you is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The challenge is that these opportunities rarely look the way we imagined. They show up as difficulties that require us to grow, stretch, and develop new levels of strength, wisdom, and patience. When problems show up in your life, it is easy to feel like you're moving backward, but in reality, those very problems are often moving you forward. For example, losing a job might feel like the end, but what if that loss forces you to finally step into your true calling? What if the setback you're experiencing is the very thing that creates the hunger and drive you need to build something bigger than you ever thought possible? So many people miss their breakthrough because they only see the problem and not the opportunity hidden inside it. But if you're serious about receiving something big, you must learn how to shift your mindset. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What is this trying to teach me? How can this problem lead me to the next level?" This kind of thinking separates those who stay stuck from those who step into something greater. A powerful verse that speaks directly to this is Romans 8:28, which says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This verse is the foundation for understanding how problems are connected to your purpose. Even when the situation feels difficult, uncomfortable, or painful, it is still working for your good. That obstacle is shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for the big blessing that is on its way. If you are facing a season of unusual problems, take it as a clear sign that something big is coming. Every problem is an opportunity for growth. Every delay is an opportunity for patience. Every rejection is an opportunity for redirection. The bigger the problem, the bigger the purpose connected to it. Many people pray for elevation, success, and favor, but they forget that every level comes with new challenges. You can't step into something big with small-level thinking and small-level strength. The problems you are facing today are building the mindset, discipline, and faith you will need to sustain the blessing coming tomorrow. The process of promotion always comes with pressure. The problem is not there to break you, it's there to build you. It is preparing you for the responsibilities, opportunities, and influence that come with receiving something big. When you face these disguised opportunities, stay motivated, stay disciplined, stay focused on the vision. Do not allow the difficulty of today to distract you from the destiny of tomorrow. Another key verse to hold on to during these moments is James 1:2-4, which says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This verse reminds us that problems are part of the process. Trials are part of the journey. The testing you face today is creating the perseverance you will need to step into something big. Without the problem, you wouldn't develop the strength. Without the setback, you wouldn't gain the wisdom. Without the challenge, you wouldn't find the courage. Problems, disguised as opportunities, are the training ground for your next season. They are the classroom where you learn the lessons that prepare you for the bigger blessing ahead. When you start viewing problems through this lens, your entire mindset shifts. You stop running from the challenges and start embracing them as necessary steps toward your next level. You stop feeling defeated and start feeling determined. You stop doubting and start expecting that something big is on its way. The next time you face a problem that seems impossible, remind yourself that the problem is the path, the struggle is the signal, the obstacle is the opportunity. The bigger the problem you're facing right now, the clearer the confirmation that something big is getting ready to enter your life. Stay focused, stay faithful, keep moving forward, because on the other side of this problem is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. One of the most undeniable signs that something big is coming into your life is when you start facing unusual opposition. This is not the ordinary, everyday problems we all deal with. This is when you suddenly find yourself under pressure from all sides. The plans that were once working perfectly begin to fall apart. People you thought were for you start turning against you. Unexpected delays show up. You experience conflict where there was once peace. The energy around you feels heavy, and no matter how hard you try, it feels like something is standing in your way. This level of opposition is often a clear sign that you are on the verge of a major breakthrough. Opposition shows up the strongest right before you step into something big. When you are getting closer to your purpose, closer to your breakthrough, closer to the blessing you've been working and praying for, that's when resistance increases. This is not random. Opposition is confirmation that you are on the right path. When you begin to experience unusual opposition, it is easy to start feeling discouraged. You might wonder why things are getting harder instead of easier. You might question if you're making the right decisions. But what most people don't realize is that big blessings attract big battles. Before something big enters your life, there is often a final test, a final stretch of pressure to see if you're really ready for what you've been asking for. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going smoothly, but the real test of your faith, your discipline, and your focus happens when nothing is going the way you expected. The fact that you are facing intense opposition is often the evidence that your breakthrough is near. The enemy does not waste his energy attacking people who are not a threat. If opposition has increased in your life, it's because you are stepping into something greater, something powerful, something that will change your future. A powerful verse that speaks to this truth is Isaiah 54:17, which says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." This reminds us that opposition may rise, weapons may form, and challenges may increase, but they will not succeed in stopping your purpose. The presence of opposition is not the end of the story. In fact, it's the confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. Opposition is a sign that you are growing, stepping into new levels, and getting ready to receive something big. The key is not to give up when opposition comes. The key is to stay focused, stay motivated, and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult things become. Unusual opposition also teaches you the strength you didn't know you had. It forces you to depend not on your own power, but on a greater source of strength. It grows your patience, sharpens your vision, and prepares you for the responsibilities that come with the big blessings ahead. There is no breakthrough without resistance. There is no victory without a battle. The opposition you're facing right now is part of the preparation. It is making sure you are strong enough, wise enough, and ready enough to handle the next season of your life. The harder the opposition, the bigger the blessing on the other side. Another powerful verse to remember during seasons of opposition is 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, which says, "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." This verse perfectly describes the reality of unusual opposition.